It's 12 o'clock. Time to reach for mobile water. Mobile water, unique in every way.
Citi Prime News. Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Citi News.
It's midday. A very good afternoon to you and welcome to the Citi Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM. The news is live from our studios at number 11 Dr. Martin Loop in Adabraka, Accra. It's also live around the world on citinewsroom.com. I am Hawa Idrisu Mustafa. Coming up, strike by doctors at the Tamale Teaching Hospital leaves hundreds of patients stranded as consulting rooms have been left empty. Meanwhile, Health Minister has called on striking doctors at the hospital to call off the strike and return to the negotiating table.
For us to come around the table and discuss whatever we need to discuss. And so my humble appeal to my wonderful medical doctors and health professionals at Tamale Teaching Hospital is that I am the first person to take care of your interest. And therefore, let's call off the strike and let's all regroup.
Also coming up, military officers deployed to the Kumasi Central Business District after angry traders stormed a restricted area at the Edum Blue Light Enclave to carry out trading activities. Still ahead, lawyers for Chairman Wontumi await an official letter from the FIC regarding purported freezing of his account and other assets to determine the next line of action.
We hope that we will be served with the appropriate processes and then we will make a representation going to the court as first instance does not necessarily establish any court. So we will respond in equal measure.
And later, tensions in Binduri district of the Upper East region following a dramatic rejection of the president nominee for DCE as newly elected presiding member was assaulted by angry supporters. All that and more on Citi Prime News, which is live across the 16 regions of the country. Western region, we are live on Premier FM 100.5, Beach FM 105.5 and Sky Power FM 93.5, all in Takrady. Bono region, we are live on J Life 95.5 in Sunyain, Ashanti region Orange FM 107.9 in Kumasi, Volta region we are live on Global FM 105.1 in Ho, Adanu FM 107.7 in Adakluwaya, Northern region Diamond FM 93.7 in Tamale, Upper West we are live on Westlink 88.1 in Laura, Upper East Source FM 100.1 in Boko, Northeast region we are live on Scap FM 101.3 in Nakpanduri.
At 12 midday, update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Grateful for choosing us. Now, lawyers for Ashanti Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Bernard Inchi Buesiako, popularly known as Chairman Wontumi, say they are waiting on official communication from the Financial Intelligence Center regarding the purported freezing of his account. Reports indicate that the FIC has frozen all bank accounts linked to Chairman Wontumi and his mining company, Akonta Mining, over alleged financial irregularities. Speaking to Citi News, counsel for Chairman Wontumi, Andy Apiakubi, said they are expecting formal notification from either the FIC or their bankers before deciding on their next course of action.
We just received this communication this morning from my clients. Indeed, the instruction is that FIU has sent an order to freeze the accounts of my clients. It's the first step for them to take. So we hope that we will be served with the appropriate processes and then we will make a representation going to the court as first instance does not necessarily establish any court. So we will respond in equal measure to defend the position of our client.
So does it mean as it stands officially your client has not been served?
No. The the communication came from the advocacy through the press and was forwarded to me. So as I'm saying, we hope to receive service on the appropriate processes for us to also initiate our defense to the position taken by the state institution.
On the intended revocation of Akonta Mining's lease, Andy Apiakubi said plans are underway to file their case in court by the close of day.
We are processing the writ. It has reached the final stage, and this morning my duty is to proofread the drafting and then get it filed. If we are early enough, we'll be able to file this afternoon. Otherwise, tomorrow morning we'll file it as start service. We are going to relate to the allegations made by the minister and the reference to the Minerals Commission and the position of the law in respect of those directives, whether or not it was legal for him to have issued the directive without due process.
Andy Apiakubi is a member of the legal team for the NPP Ashanti Regional Chairman Bernard Inchi Boisiako, popularly known as Chairman Wontimi. Now, government is set to develop a homegrown framework for managing Ghana's natural resources in the coming months. This follows tensions surrounding Goldfield exit from the Danman mine after its 30-year lease expired. Though the lease won't be renewed, a joint management deal has been reached for a year, pending parliamentary approval. Speaking at the executive leadership retreat in Adan, President John Dramani Mahama affirmed that Ghanaians are fully capable of managing the nation's natural wealth.
Recently, we had a little issue which we have resolved with one of our mining companies whose lease had expired after 30 years, and it was our desire to take it over and use Ghanaian expertise to be able to also exploit that resource and let the benefits remain in our country. Happily, we reached an amicable resolution to work together to transition that mine into Ghanaian ownership. But it leads me to what my thoughts are, that we must have an indigenization program for taking control of some of our natural resources. And so in the next few months, we'll develop a policy on indigenous participation in natural resource exploitation. And anytime, we're not going to expropriate anybody's concession or anything, but anytime a lease comes up for renewal, we would want to negotiate to see that there's more Ghanaian participation, indigenous Ghanaian participation.
He had President John Dramani Mahama. Meanwhile, former Nigerian President Goodluck Jonathan says the 4-year presidential term in Ghana and Nigeria is too short for impactful national development. He urged both countries to reconsider the current structure to better support sustained governance and development.
You can never get 100% because you must balance the situations. But the economic team must be made up of top-class people that can push. And they too must lead, because leadership is not the president alone. The ministers, the junior ministers, and others holding executive positions. Nigeria and Ghana, our tenures of president is so short. In Africa, it's only Nigeria and Ghana that have 4 years tenure of presidency. Other countries have 5. Most countries have 5 years. What can somebody do in 4 years? If you're a new president and you just come in, you need about a year as a learning curve before you will adjust. You work for 2 years, the next year is election year. So the time to really move your country is very, very limited. So you have this kind of restriction.
Former President of Nigeria, Goodluck Jonathan. Now, patients and their relatives have been left stranded without medical care following the indefinite suspension of emergency and outpatient services by doctors at the Tamale Teaching Hospital. The doctors withdrew their services in protest against what they describe as unwarranted verbal attacks by the Minister for Health, Kwabena Minta Akando, and the MP for Tamale North, Alhassan Suhini, during a visit by Citi News, some patients were seen waiting in long queues at the emergency and outpatient department with no medical personnel inside. A visibly frustrated resident who had brought a relative for treatment shared the concerns with Citi News.
We brought our patient who is struggling to breathe to the Tamale Teaching Hospital this morning, but we were told there was no doctor available to attend to us. We are pleading for urgent intervention so that doctors can return to the hospital and provide the care patients desperately need.
We had a resident who had brought a family member to seek medical attention at the Tamale Teaching Hospital. Let's go live to the Northern Regional Capital and speak to our correspondent, Shawana Yusuf, for more. Shawana, good afternoon to you. Thank you for your time. What has been the situation this afternoon as we speak?
Thank you so much, Howard. So here at the Tamale Teaching Hospital is past midday, and patients are still left stranded at the consulting area of the Tamale Teaching Hospital simply because the doctors are still on strike and they've not rescinded their decision to strike. So patients are still in long queues, hoping that, they will get positive feedback in the coming hours where they have the doctors bounce back to the consulting area to attend to them with their medical issues here at the hospital.
So, Shawana, this applies to outpatient services. How about patients who are currently on admission?
So, for patients who are already on admission, the doctors are attending to them. But any new case that is coming in, be it emergency, be it outpatient, whatever it is, so far as we are now coming in, they are not taken. But whoever has already been on admission and has been in this hospital before this morning, the doctors are attending to them, and for them, they don't have any issues. But new cases coming in are what they are not attending to.
So the health minister addressed the press a short while ago, urging the doctors to return to the negotiating table. Has this gone down well in the hospital, and how are they reacting to the news by the health minister calling on them to call off the strike?
Actually, since morning, the doctors, we understand that the doctors and then some management are in a meeting trying to come to a resolution on this matter. But that is yet to happen. And we are yet to see them bounce back to the consulting area to render services to outpatients, to emergency cases that come in. That is yet to, go down well with them here at the Tamale Teaching Hospital. We hope that it happens maybe before the close of day today.
Very well, grateful for your time. Shawana Yusuf is our Northern Regional correspondent. Let's now hear from the Health Minister, Kabna Mintakanda, who is urging doctors at the Tamale Teaching Hospital to end their strike.
My doors are widely opened. I'm not a perfect human being, but I listen, and I'm prepared to work with everybody in the sector. And so let's all come together and work together for the betterment of the health sector. It can happen to everybody. It happened to me when I had an accident. The first place I was rushed to was Nyahini District Hospital. I never imagined that I would one day be at Nyahini District Hospital, but I was there. And so today, sitting at where I sit, I will contribute my quota to the development of this sector. I have absolutely no intention to disrespect any medical doctor or any health worker. That will be the last thing I will do. But indeed, let it be said that respect is also reciprocal. I know that for the past 2-3 days, I have been speaking to stakeholders in this sector. And please, it isn't everything we can put out there as leaders. I am prepared for us to come around the table and discuss whatever we need to discuss. And so my humble appeal to my wonderful medical doctors and health professionals at Tamale Teaching Hospital is that I am the first person to take care of your interest. And therefore, let's call off the strike and let's all regroup and strategize going forward.
The minister, whilst presenting a consignment of medical equipment to the facility, urged management of the hospital to ensure the proper maintenance of the equipment. He stated that well-maintained equipment is critical for quality health care delivery and called on hospital authorities to take full responsibility for preserving the new assets.
We have the ECG machine, we have the ICU ventilator, we have the ICU, that's a Draga ventilator. We have the Draga ICU cardiac monitors. We have the anesthesia machines, and we have infant incubators. There are about 35 items that we are going to donate today. The health sector of this country has experienced decline for the past 8 years. And for that matter, I acknowledge that the health professionals have worked under challenging circumstances. I am the first person to appreciate that. And we are committed as part of the reset agenda in righting the wrongs. But I know that it will not be easy. Irrespective of the challenges, what I want to appeal to all the facilities in this country, that let us ensure the optimum utilization of the limited resources available to us. And that includes the management of the base.
That was the Health Minister, Kwabena Minta Akandona, still on the strike by the Tamale Teaching Hospital doctors. The Parliamentary Select Committee on Health has made a passionate appeal to the doctors to return to provide emergency services for patients. Speaking to Citi News at the Eastern Regional Hospital in Koforidua, where members of the Health Committee of Parliament are on a working visit, the MP for Achim Odak constituency, Alexander Kwesiakwa, called on doctors to choose dialogue and return to work.
Yes, we are concerned. We all know the incident that led to the withdrawal of their services. We have already condemned the minister that his actions was capricious, his actions was uncalled for, it was too high-handed. But you see, two wrongs don't make a right. It's been said, when two elephants fight, it's the grass that suffer. And so we want to make a passionate appeal to the doctors at the Tamale Teaching Hospital to calm down. They make demands. If the minister was so furious and was so angry to attack them, sort of, then he should be angry to provide all the demands they have made so they can go back to work. But in the absence of the minister finding resources to provide them, as if it's so easy, we are appealing to the doctors to go back to work to save our patients.
He, however, called on the Minister of Health to calm his nerves and address the logical concerns outlined by management of the hospital.
Well, we've already issued a statement. We think that he has to slow down. Honorable Akando is somebody who is so passionate about what he does. He's been on this committee for 8 years. He was the ranking member. We have traveled with him to Tamale a lot of times, and he knows the situation in Tamale. Now he's a minister. He's not a ranking member. We who are in opposition are calm and we are handling it because we have the experience. The experience is that you don't handle healthcare issues with this kind of rabble-rousing. No, he has to calm down. In opposition, he was doing that. In government, he wants to do that. He will incur the displeasure of the healthcare workers, and it will not be well for him.
Alexander Kwesiakwa is a member of Parliament Select Committee on Health. This is still the City Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM. Still ahead, we'll take you to the Ashanti Regional Capital, Kumasi, where military officers have been deployed to the Central Business District after hundreds of angry traders stormed a restricted area at the Edum Blue Light Enclave to carry out trading activities. Details coming up shortly. Please don't go away.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Looking for the latest buzz in Ghana's entertainment world? Welcome to Ghana Weekend, your ultimate destination for all things creativity and entertainment.
Stay in the loop with breaking news, exclusive interviews, and then insider stories from your favorite creatives and stars. From music, movies, fashion and art, lifestyle and culture, Ghana Weekend brings it all together. Get a daily dose of entertainment, discover new talent, and never miss out on the creativity that defines our vibrant culture.
Stay connected with us across all platforms. Follow us on Instagram with the handle Ghana Weekend, on X Ghana Weekend, on TikTok Ghana Weekend, at Ghana Weekend TV on YouTube for the latest in entertainment, travel, and everything Ghana. Don't miss out. Join the Ghana Weekend family today. Ghana Weekend, where entertainment meets creativity. Visit GhanaWeekend.com now.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Thank you for staying with us. Now, the Chief Executive of the Ghana Gold Board, Sammy Gyamfi, has rejected calls for a state of emergency in illegal mining zones. Groups like Arocha Ghana and the Media Coalition Against Illegal Mining have demanded tougher action, including repealing LI 2462. However, Sammy Gyamfi insists the Mahama administration's approach to tackling galamsey remains effective and does not require emergency measures. He also clarified that the NDC did not make an official call for such a declaration.
The charade you had under Akufo-Addo, where he could brazenly defend which was captured on tape, engaging in the pollution of the Tano River and the destruction of the Tano Nimri Forest Reserve. You don't have that situation today. President Mahama has directed that all their leases should be revoked, and we are going after the directors. Okay. We are going after the shareholders. So the situation that pertained then, for which reason some individual members of the NDC might have supported the call for state of emergency, no longer pertains today. That's the point I'm making. Today the police has taken center stage in the fight. We are seizing excavators and they are not flying away. We are not having no problem. So you must look at the significant progress we are making.
Sammy Gyamfi is the Chief Executive of the Ghana Gold Board. Now, pupils of the Pantan Hospital Primary School in the Lankwantanan Madina municipality of the Greater Accra region have resorted to open defecation as a result of inadequate toilet facilities. Some of the school children have also been forced to use urinals as a place for easing themselves, raising significant health concern. Citi News' Kennedy Chumesi has more in the following reports. We'll try and bring you that report subsequently, where pupils of the Pantan Hospital Primary School in the Lankwantana municipality have been forced to resort to open defecation. Let's listen to more from Citi News' Kennedy Chumesi.
A dire sanitation crisis is festering at the Pantan Hospital Primary School, where pupils are now compelled to defecate in the open, the result of woefully inadequate toilet facilities. Located within the Lankwantanan Madina municipality in the Greater Accra region, the school has long battled infrastructural neglect, but the current state of its sanitation facilities has plunged school children into an alarming health concern. The school sits on land owned by the Pantan Hospital. Authorities at the school tell Channel 1 News that development efforts have been stalled as the hospital intends to reclaim the land. This impasse has meant that no permanent infrastructure, particularly sanitation facilities, can be erected, leaving the school's future in limbo. During a visit by Channel 1 News, teachers speaking under conditions of anonymity expressed their frustration and helplessness with rising student numbers and inadequate yet faulty toilet facilities. Students are left with no option but to resort to the bushes.
It's making people do things which they are not supposed to do, like some going to the bush, which is very dangerous.
Is this convenient for you?
I think it's not.
What do you want authorities to do about it for you?
I want them to come and give us toilet facilities.
Senate, Ujauna or Bush, any money toilet facility, we students or how been a debro?
Eddie Areba, bet my yard. Now, be a crowd qua, a be a boy bit to my cow.
And it's a deben out to catch up by some brand on the ball.
Person boy, no money toilet to my.
Efforts to get school authorities, the District Directorate of the Ghana Education Service, to speak on the issue proved futile. Meanwhile, the government has secured a new land for the relocation and reconstruction of the school. However, the release of funds for construction has stalled, leaving the pupils of Pantan Hospital Primary School trapped in the crisis that continues to deepen by the day.
That report was put together by my colleague Kennedy Chumesi. Now, some military officers have been deployed to Kumasi's central business district following heightened tension after hundreds of aggrieved traders stormed a restricted area at the Edum Blue Light Enclave to conduct business. Let's go on the phone lines and speak to our Ashanti regional correspondent Fatih Aminu Ibrahim. Fatih, good afternoon to you. Thank you for your time. Tell us, what's the current situation at the Edum Blue Light area where you are?
Okay, however, for now, there's relative calm here as the traders have gone back in there to continue with their trading activities, and the military are also on one side patrolling the area. But earlier when we got here, we realized that there was a little bit of commotion as the traders had massed up to the lorry terminal and with some police officers around, because we understand that this morning when the traders got here, the entire Dungblu Light section of the Central Business District had been cordoned off by the city authorities to prevent the traders from accessing the fire-affected area. Because from what we understand, what we gathered is that as at yesterday to 2 days back, the traders had started renovating the building that was affected by the fire. And so in an effort to keep them safe, the city authorities decided to cordon off the area to prevent them from accessing the place. But unfortunately, that did not sit well with the traders. So when they got here, they decided to break the entire place and then enter in.
Hello, Fatih. Hello, Fatih. Fatih, yeah. I lost you momentarily. Can you please say that again?
I am saying that so when the police got hint of the fact that the traders had broken into the market to continue with their trading activities, they brought in when the city authorities got hint of the fact that the traders had broken into the market that was cordoned off to continue with their trading activities, they invited the police to handle the situation, but unfortunately for them, the police personnel were overwhelmed, and so they decided to deploy the military personnel to actually help the police in bringing sanity to the area. And so when we got here, we were here when one military vehicle got here, and when they started stepping down from their vehicle, the traders started coming out of the market. They masked up, they were wearing black with some red armbands. Some of them were holding sticks. In fact, some started throwing stones at the military. And so we started seeing more military vehicles coming. So at the point, there were about 5 military vehicles here with dozens of them around. But fortunately for the traders, their leaders decided to step in and engage the military vehicle, the military personnel in order to ensure that there's calm here. And so far there's relative calm here. The traders are going about their activities. But the military is still here ensuring that there's no chaos moving forward.
Very well, thank you so much for your time. Fatih Aminu Ibrahim is our Ashanti regional correspondent. Now, the Ghana Bar Association is urging all parties involved in the ongoing process to remove the Chief Justice to uphold the rule of law and safeguard judicial independence. The association noted that the President has acted in accordance with Article 146 of the Constitution. While acknowledging the legality of the process, the GBA is calling for respect for the judiciary and strict adherence to legal procedures to preserve the integrity of Ghana's justice system. The national coordinator of the District Road Improvement Programme, Nilante Vanderpoy, has responded to criticisms against President Mohammed's decision to suspend the former Chief Justice Gertrude Torkornoo. The move, which has been described by the minority as unconstitutional and an attempt to control the judiciary, has sparked widespread debate. However, in an interview on Channel 1 TV's Breakfast Daily programme, Nilante Vanderpoy defended the suspension, insisting the President acted fairly in his approach.
If there was a real democracy capture, it was under Nana Akufo-Addo. Nana Akufo-Addo took opportunity of the lacuna within the constitution. I think people should rather admire President Mahama for what he's done. You understand? When I heard people talking about the fact that if you are exercising discretionary power, you must be fair, you must be just. I said, in this particular instance, President Mahama has been fair, you've been so fair in this. I'm making one point, to even have given the Chief Justice opportunity to see the petition before she appeared before the committee, he's even gone beyond the boundaries of fairness.
National Coordinator of DRIP, Nilante Vanderpoel, meanwhile, former Eastern Regional Minister Seth Kwame Champong has expressed concern over the decision to suspend the CG, warning that it could have serious repercussions.
Removing someone in an office that is a high office, such as the office of the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana, one needs to be very careful and cautious. If care is not taken, we could suffer what people call in politics and in multi-party democracy as what we say democracy capture.
You heard the former Eastern Regional Minister Seth Kwame Champong, and that will be it for today's edition of the Citi Prime News, which has been live from our studios in Adabraka in Accra. Please log on to citynewsroom.com for more stories. I am Hawa Idrisu Mustafa. Good afternoon.